a feeling that Japanese musicians have about coming to America and performing for Americans? Like, for example, do you have any stereotypes about us? And has your time here proven any of those stereotypes to be true?
Stereotypes.
Yeah. Truly an international experience today. My name's Alex Waters. I'm coming to you from Virginia Beach, and we have artists from all over the world on Zoom. Nakajin from the Japanese band Sekai No Owari, or End of the World. Hello.
Hello.
Now you're joining us from LA today.
Yes, I'm in LA.
So welcome to America then.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Good. And we're also joined by a Senegalese-American singer named Marieme, and you're coming to us from Miami, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Nakajin. So it's been a little while since we last spoke. How have you been in the past couple of years?
Great. It's great to be back in America.
Good, good.
How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. It's good to see you again. I've been listening to the songs that you guys have been putting out, and I really like the new one, Big Dreams. So let's talk about that. We have Marieme as the featured vocalist on the track. How did that come to happen? Who reached out to who? How did you guys link up?
We were in LA last summer for writing sessions, and we were introduced to Marieme through a mutual friend. It happened really quickly. We were recommended there is this amazing artist that we should meet. So we met up that week and invited her to the studio. So that's how it happened.
The mutual friend that Nakajin is talking about is actually Nicola Formichetti.
Yeah.
So Nicola Formichetti, he's one of the top stylists in the world. He's Lady Gaga stylist, and he's been my stylist too. He's been helping me. Yeah, so he's the one that introduced us, which is legendary on its own. And then when we got in the studio to work with End of the World, I was like, I love Japan. And like, even in my Apple Music, Japan is like one of my second most listened to country. So I'm like, hey. Yes, I know. I was like gonna skyrocket America. But yeah, so we just we got in the studio and we did it in like an hour. I feel like it was not very long, but it just because it was just easy. It was easy.
I mean, it's a beautiful song too, and everything that you guys put out, both End of the World and Marieme, every song seems to have its own unique message. It seems to stand for something. So could you guys tell me what this song is about, what it really stands for to you personally?
I love the song Big Dreams because from my perspective, I'm like don't take your life a little more serious. Like, don't play around with your life. And then from End of the World's perspective, it was like, we are in the moments that we always wanted to live in, you know? And I wasn't expecting that. And I love the contrast in that because those are the contrasts of life. Like, take your life seriously, but also have fun and like go with the flow, and that we are living in these times and be present, you know? And like the big dreams that we all dream about, the moments that we dream about are here, you know, and we're living them and we only have this life. And so like be responsible, but also dream big, and like it's never gone. Like you're never too late. It's never too late to do what you want.
That's powerful stuff. Now, Nakajin, now that you're in LA with the rest of the band, you're getting ready to perform live at the Terragram Ballroom in LA on the 19th. Tell me about some of the differences between your United States performances versus your Japanese performances.
We needed to have mobility to be able to come to America as much as possible. So we are taking more a DJ style than a band style. So I think that's a big difference. Also, we rarely have a guest singer in Japan. So having Marieme with us is also different. And I'm really excited.
Now that you're here in America, are there any other places that you'd really like to visit next after LA?
I have.
You've been to New York before. We hung out in New York, remember? For Fashion Week. We actually sang the song in Fashion Week last year. And everybody loved it. And we're waiting for the song to come out. Yeah.
Yeah, and Virginia Beach, and for sure, You are based there, right, Alex?
Yes, I am. Yes. Hey, if you ever find yourself here in Virginia Beach, let's hang out.
Yeah, anytime you need a DJ, I'll be there.
Thank you. Sounds good. Now, Marieme, let's get you back involved here. You mentioned earlier that you have worked with a bunch of different artists before, and you've actually done a lot of different collaborations with brands like LinkedIn or New York City World Pride or Apple TV Plus. You can find little pieces of Marieme and her music on all of those platforms and more. What's on the short list for your next big collab? Who do you really want to work with next?
Good question. Well, I like bridging the gap between music, fashion, technology. Like I got myself 3D scanned. I'm like trying to do stuff in the metaverse. My main goal though is to work with companies and people who prioritize people over profit, you know, who are helping shift the consciousness of the world. And just, you know, because it's dire times and we need love. And I guess I want to work with people who that's their approach more.
We need more love. We need more inspiration. We need more music. Definitely.
Yeah.
Nakajin, I see that you've got your headphones on, so you've probably been doing a lot of music listening lately. Who have you been listening to lately that you really like? Who's been a new favorite of yours?
I have so many, but if I have to pick one artist, it must be Lizzie McAlpine, you know?
I don't, no.
I started to follow her after she was on Jacob Collier's Instagram, and I became her fan right away. Her voice is amazing. It was one of my favorite things to do, to watch her Instagram live during the pandemic from 2 years ago.
Yes.
And I was looking forward to her come on live during the lockdown.
I've always been curious about this too. Is there, I guess, a mood or a feeling that Japanese musicians have about coming to America and performing for Americans? Like, for example, do you have any stereotypes about us? And has your time here proven any of those stereotypes to be true?
Stereotypes.
Yeah. What do you think?
I personally think in America, people spend more time enjoying music together, like at parties, gatherings, but Japanese listeners are more likely to enjoy music alone, just like this, one on one. Yeah, that's the stereotype that comes to my mind. Maybe. I don't know. Not for everyone, of course.
Of course, of course. What about you, Marieme? I'd like to ask the same question. Have you learned anything, I guess, as you travel internationally about what makes American audiences different?
What I noticed is that like everywhere you go, America has a stronghold in the music scene there. Like people all over the world are always listening to American musicians because it's so diverse. And America is definitely like pioneer for a lot of sounds. And so, yeah. So when I go places, I try to ask the locals, like, who are their favorite musicians so I can listen to them, just because a lot of people do listen to American music. So I tend to hear a lot of American music when I'm abroad.
And finally, Nakajin, as we get ready for the big performance and for more music from End of the World, what can new fans of the band expect as time goes on?
Definitely more music. We've been working on a body of work, and hopefully more shows. I have started to DJ too, so I'm excited about that too. I just really enjoy DJing recently.
Well, I appreciate the two of you spending some time with me today, talking about your new song, Big Dreams, getting ready for the big performance in LA, and generally just hanging out. I really appreciate getting to see you both, so thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
Yes.
And,
like and
I would like to ask you, what are your big dreams? Like, what's your big dream?
You want to ask me my big dreams? Oh boy. I wasn't prepared to be interviewed. Let's see.
Nice.
You know what? I'll be technical for a second. So I'm on the radio in two different cities, in Virginia Beach and Chattanooga, Tennessee. So my big dream lately is to put my show on in more cities, maybe 3 or 4 by the end of the year. That's what I've been working very hard on lately. So I guess more places where I can tell stories and meet artists and showcase great music. So that's my big dream.
Wow, that's great.
Great, yes, I love it.
Thank you. And looking forward to hearing about the big show in LA. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.